everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're talking about a lens that's been generating a lot of buzz. Tamron's SP 35mm f1.4D USD. This is a prime lens that promises sharpness, speed, and a beautiful bokeh, all while coming in at a competitive price point. Whether you're shooting portraits, street photography, or even videos, this lens packs some serious features for both photographers and videographers. But is it really as good as it seems? Let's find out by diving into the pros and cons. Alright, first things first, image quality. The Tamron SP 35mm f1.4D USD is insanely sharp. We're talking edge-to-edge sharpness, even wide open at f1.4, which is really impressive. Whether you're shooting wide open for portraits or stopping down for landscapes, this lens delivers outstanding resolution. The f1.4 aperture is one of the standout features here. It's fantastic for low-light situations and also gives you that dreamy, creamy bokeh that everyone loves, especially for portraits or isolating your subject. Another major plus is the build quality. This lens is part of Tamron's SP series, so it's built to last. It has a solid professional feel, and it's weather sealed, which means you can take it out in less than ideal conditions without worrying too much about dust or moisture. The ultrasonic silent drive USD autofocus system is fast and accurate, even in low light. Whether you're doing street photography or candid portraits, you can count on the autofocus to lock on to your subject quickly and silently. And finally, let's talk about value. This lens is priced lower than many of its competitors, like Canon's L series or Nikon's high-end primes, yet it offers nearly the same or even better image quality in many cases. So if you're looking for a high-performance prime without breaking the bank, Tamron really delivers here. Of course, no lens is perfect, and the Tamron SP 35mm f1.4 does have a few downsides that you'll want to keep in mind. First up is the autofocus performance in video. While the autofocus is fast and accurate for photography, it can sometimes be a bit jittery for video, especially in continuous autofocus mode. So if you're planning on shooting a lot of video, you may need to rely on manual focus or have a little patience with the AF. Another thing to note is the size and weight. For a 35mm prime, this lens is quite large and heavy. It weighs in at about 800 grams. While this isn't a deal-breaker for many, it's definitely something to consider if you're looking for a more compact, travel-friendly prime. And while the lens is well built, that metal construction adds to the heft, making it less ideal for handheld video over long periods or if you're planning to carry it around all day for street photography. Lastly, there's no image stabilization. This isn't a huge deal for photographers, especially if you're shooting at faster shutter speeds, but for videographers, the lack of stabilization might be noticeable, particularly if you're shooting handheld. So, what's the verdict on the Tamron SP 35mm f1.4D USD? Well, if you're primarily a photographer looking for sharpness, beautiful bokeh, and solid build quality, this lens is a fantastic choice. It performs at a level that's on par with, or even better than, some of the more expensive competition, especially in terms of image quality. However, if you're a videographer, you might want to weigh the pros and cons a bit more carefully. The autofocus for video isn't perfect, and the lack of image stabilization means you'll probably want to use a tripod or gimbal to get the best results. And for those who value portability, this lens might feel a little too bulky for everyday use, but overall, the Tamron SP 35mm f1.4 is an incredible piece of glass for the price, especially if your focus is on photography. Its sharpness and bokeh alone make it a worthwhile investment. That's it for today's review. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more gear reviews, tips, and tutorials. Have any questions about this lens? Drop them in the comments below and I'll catch you in the next one.